Dear students, in this video I am going to explain you Act 2 Scene 3. This scene takes place in Venice, a room in Shylock's house, and there are two characters in the scene, Jessica and Launcelot. We are introduced to Shylock's daughter, that is Jessica, in this scene. She is in love with Lorenzo, who is also a Christian and a friend of Antonio and Bassanio. In this scene, we see that Jessica and Launcelot are talking to each other. If you remember, in the last scene, Launcelot had left the scene because he wanted to seek permission from his old master, Shylock, to leave his services and join Bassanio. But in this scene, we see that Shylock is not present, but Jessica and Launcelot are seen talking to each other. So let's see what happens in the scene. Jessica, I'm sorry thou wilt leave my father so. So Jessica in the very beginning of the scene feels sorry for Launcelot because he is going to leave his father's services, and in that way. See, Launcelot was not treated well by Shylock. We had read in last scene also, he was not even feeded well. He was underfed, and he said to his father that he could even feel his ribs with his fingers. So he was not treated well by Shylock, and Jessica is regretting that he is leaving his father's services in that way. Our house is hell, and thou a merry devil. Jessica calls her house a hell, compares her house to a hell, and she compares Launcelot to a merry devil. Why merry devil? Because this rob it of some taste of tediousness. This means here it means that you rob means steal, or you take away it, disrobe it of some taste of tediness. He says that you reduce the boredom in our house. So see, in this line, Jessica tells Launcelot that my house is a hell and you are a very lively fellow. She calls him a merry devil who makes her laugh, and who makes her happy, and he reduces a great deal of boredom in her house. But fare thee well, there is ducat for thee. But she says, but I bid you goodbye, because he's leaving, and he also gives him a ducat. And Launcelot, soon at supper shalt thou see Lorenzo, who is thy master's guest. She gives him a ducat and says that soon at supper time, if you remember, Bassanio was planning a dinner that night, and he says that during that supper time, that dinner time, you will see Lorenzo. You will meet Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. She says that he will be guest of your new master, that is Bassanio. Give him this letter, do it secretly. So she tells Launcelot to give a letter to Lorenzo, and that should be done secretly. And so farewell, I would not have my fathers see me in talk with thee. She says that she gives him a letter and tells him to give it to Lorenzo, and tells to do that secretly. Then again she bids him farewell, and she says that I do not want my father should see me talking to you. Launcelot, adieu. Adieu means goodbye. He says, tears exhibit my tongue. He means that tears have prevented me from expressing my feelings. I am not able to express my feelings because of the tears I have in my eyes. Most beautiful pagan, most sweet Jew. So he is admiring Jessica by calling him most beautiful pagan. Pagan means, a person who is not a Christian. So Launcelot calls Jessica a most beautiful pagan and most sweet Jew. If Christian do not play the knave and get thee, I am much deceived. See, now Launcelot says in this line, if the Christian, he's talking Christian here is Lorenzo, do not play the knave, means if he is dishonest, and get thee, I am much deceived. He says that if the Christian is not going to play dishonest and he is not going to get you, then he will be the one who will feel deceived, who will feel cheated, who will feel that he is dishonest. So he wants Lorenzo to be dishonest with himself, because see, he is a Christian, he is in love with a Jew, and he is going to run away with the Jew, elope with a Jew girl, Jewish girl. See, Jessica and Lorenzo are in love with each other, and they have plans for eloping. And in the further scenes, we'll see that they have made proper plans of how they will elope from how Jessica will elope from Shylock's house, and she'll run away with Lorenzo. So here Launcelot is saying that if the Christian, that is Lorenzo, do not play the knave. Knave means dishonest, being dishonest. He says if he does not no play, if he is not dishonest, and if he does not get Portia, if he is not dishonest with his religion, and he does not get Portia, then he says he will be the one who will feel cheated. So he wants Lorenzo to run away, to carry forward whatever plans of love they have. So by now, Launcelot is not aware about the plans they are having of elopement, but he just wants that he should keep all his promises with Jessica. But adieu, this foolish drops to somewhat drown my manly spirit. Adieu. So he says that he wishes Jessica goodbye. He says that these drops in my eyes, that are tears in my eyes, are somewhat reducing my manly spirit, reducing my manly courage. So therefore he wants to take leave from Jessica. Jessica, farewell, good Launcelot, exits, and Launcelot leaves. Alack, what heinous sin is it in me to be ashamed to be my father's child? So she says, see, heinous sin means a deadly sin that could not be forbidden. So she says, she expresses alack means alas. So she says, she confesses that it is a great sin for her to think that she is feeling ashamed of being daughter to Shylock. She considers it to be a heinous sin if she's thinking so. She feels guilty of being ashamed of her father's daughter. She has that feeling in her mind, but she considers it to be a great sin to think in that way, to be ashamed of a daughter of her father. But though I am daughter to his blood, I am not to his manners. But then she says that though I am daughter to him, I am daughter to Shylock by blood relation, but we do not share same manners. I am totally different from him as compared to his manners. He is very cruel, whereas Jessica is not. O Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife, become a Christian, and thy loving wife. Strife means the struggle she's going on with, the conflict she's going on with. She's feeling bad. She's considering it to be a heinous sin since she doesn't like her father. She's ashamed to be daughter of her father. And she says that though she is daughter to him by due to her blood relation with father, but she doesn't share same manners with him. She says now she expresses here that if Lorenzo will keep his promise, she will end this struggle that is going on inside him. She's feeling bad for her father at some point of time. But if Lorenzo keeps his promise, she will end the struggle of being loyal to her father or Lorenzo. She'll end that strife. She'll end that conflict. Become a Christian. She'll become a Christian obviously if she marries Lorenzo, and she will be wife of Lorenzo. And thy loving wife means wife of Lorenzo. So in this scene we have read that Shylock's daughter Jessica bids goodbye to Launcelot. She tells him that his presence had made her life more bearable, and he has helped her reduce the boredom of her house. She also calls him a merry devil. Then Jessica gives him a ducat and also a letter that he wants him to deliver it to Lorenzo, who is Bassanio's friend and whom he would meet at dinner. And Lancelot leaves with tears in his eyes. Jessica is left alone and she confesses that although she feels guilty for being ashamed of her father, she is only his daughter by blood and not by actions, not by manners. And she hopes to escape away from Shylock's house. She hopes that Lorenzo keeps his promise and she would end the struggle that is going on inside her, and she'll become a Christian and a beloved wife of Lorenzo. So that's all about the scene. It's a very short and simple scene. I hope you have understood the scene. Thank you so much.